Guns no longer circulating in Montgomery, and gun buyback committee members say getting these guns off the streets could change lives.
Some of these young people are shocked that these people will actually give us $50 for these old guns. Why are they doing this? Evidently, they must care. Somebody care. It makes a statement. It may change one of these, or maybe a few of these youngsters.
But there was one disappointment today.
We had to turn back some people because lack of funds, but it tells me that the community is concerned about their welfare. They're concerned about living in a society where you can live without fear.
These concerned residents say they are willing to sacrifice to ensure a handgun won't take another life.
I have money, personal money in my pocket, that I bought one of the weapons from one of the guys just to get it off the street.
I think we can expand by contacting the lawyers, contacting other businesses, and asking for their support. I'm thoroughly convinced now that this is what the people want. They come in and they're asking, say, I want to turn my gun in. Some people have turned that gun in and didn't even accept a fee. They just want to get the gun out of the house.
There are going to be some more deaths, we know that. But we have 88 that are not going to kill anybody. We know that.
Councilman Dickerson and the others on the gun buyback committee say the simple fact they had to turn away people willing to give up their handguns proves the people of Montgomery are ready to take a stand against crime. He says now it's up to the business leaders of Montgomery to join in that fight. Raphael Davis, WSFA News 12, Montgomery.
The gun buyback committee says if they get the business support they're looking for, they'll have another buyback in the next few months. Here's a look at some other stories making news around Alabama tonight. Governor Folsom and his Democratic rival Paul Hubbard
a success, and now the progress begins for the police department to check the guns.
With each gun that was turned in, church officials issued a check for $50. From here, all the guns were turned over to the Montgomery Police Department.
They're presently in our supply and evidence room. We intend to run serial numbers on all the weapons to determine if they were in fact stolen. We will also test fire any weapons that are of the same caliber and make of any from unsolved murders that we've had in years past here in Montgomery, try to determine if any of these weapons have been used in those murders, and if so, try to proceed with that investigation.
However, some criticism was that for each $50 given, some people were actually making a profit by purchasing the guns earlier at various pawn shops.
I would really think a lot of them are going to the pawn shop buying guns, which guns only $29 to $39 at a pawn shop. You know, it wouldn't hurt to make a profit. You spend $29 to $30 to go and sell the gun back for $50.
Church officials say they know some people probably took advantage of the program, but they say the most important thing was that they got some guns off the streets. Now, there has been some criticism that the money raised for a gun buyback program should be used for educational programs to combat crime. Church officials say they already have programs like that in their churches. They say they are already making plans to have another gun buyback program, this time even bigger.
We're going to make personal contact with the business community of Montgomery, and we're going to make personal contact with the churches of Montgomery. We're going to follow up as we didn't before. We want at least $20,000.
Felicia McGee, WHOA News.
Jefferson County authorities say a man who was driving a car